Fixerbot says. Welcome. Stream starts in 5 minutes. T minus 4 minutes.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in the stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know
Stream
what I
about to
mean.
start.
Got
1 minute
high
left.
expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow.
Hi, good morning, welcome in. No, really, not really. Yeah, so I actually started when I started stream, so we have 5 minutes time started, which is kind of nice. Starting the VPN. There. Let's get started at once, right? So yesterday, I felt like I had to wait a bit, right? Even before the end map, just to make sure I didn't break the poor machine. So, Gatekeeper, can you get past a gate and through the fire? We got an IP and 5 minutes. Deploy the machine when you're ready to release the Gatekeeper. Write-ups will not be accepted. So we just have a complete button there. And we have this. Yeah, it's just nothing more. Defeat the Gatekeeper to break the chains, but beware, fire awaits on the other side. Kinda. What's this? So I'll just paste that there. Right, let's make some notes too. Let's open notes. That will take some time. Hide it on the other screen. So yeah, let's rename this one to done. So, and let's make a new folder called, and I'm like, what was the name? Gatekeeper, right? Yeah, Gatekeeper. So Gatekeeper. So let's right, I usually do zero on info. Let's do that. One and map. Let's see if it finishes before I do. No, it's still going. So we don't know yet anything about this machine, so is it Windows? Is it Linux? We don't know a thing. I wanna know right now. Yeah, so yesterday's one, where did it hop to? Brainstorm. Yeah, so brainstorm while Nmap is going. So we got a kind of funny Nmap here. We had FTP, we had 3389, that we couldn't couldn't log into RDP because we didn't have any credits, so it was there. And then we have the 9999 one, which said, welcome to Brainstorm Chat. This is what we got from the last one. So we finally got files from FTP, and we tested the part, and then now a netcut, and it said, welcome to the Brainstorm Chat. And we tested to overflow the second one, the message, and we got the 3,000 characters there. It crashed it. So yeah, so just that we tried RDP too. So we created a lab machine, a Windows 10 VM there. So now we have that, and I also actually installed Metasploit on it yesterday. So it has that too, so we don't have to start Kali for some things. We'll see. Since my computer's memory is not like infinite, it's just 32 gigs. So 2 VMs can be a bit tough sometimes. So let's dig into the new one now. Okay. So okay, more like normal Windows. It's definitely Windows here. So Windows 7, it says here. Microsoft DS. So Gatekeeper is a name. 31,337. 404 requests. 404. Okay, hello, get nice port. Okay. This is interesting. Yeah, so I feel really like I learn a lot from this one. So Windows is like, I haven't done a lot of Windows ones. And since the next theme we're doing is 80, I don't think that there will be anything like that in this one, but yeah, so what did it say there at the start? Elite question mark. Yeah, we'll just so it says loss of HTTP here, so let's try just connecting with the browser to that one. So SMP2. Workgroup. Is it? Its time is off by 47 minutes. What? That's odd. So, since this is in the buffer overflow section on my path, I'm kind of thinking that's what we'll do. But we don't know anything else yet. But having these gives possibilities. So what did my phone say? Let's check something out here. Yeah, so let's go to 31. Let's just let's open it with the browser and see what it looks like. So why do my phone keep popping stuff up? I do feel a bit tired, really mourning this one. So 31, 3, and 37. Is it too early to think? We'll see. It seemed like it was much more like odd than the last one, though the last one was a bit odd at the start though. So yeah, closing that phone. Did we get this on this one? Oh, right. So I thought I don't have to start burp just to test it, you know? And then it didn't actually disable it. Or was it disabled? Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe we wanted burp there anyway. I'll eat my breakfast meanwhile. So there's definitely something happening. I'll start burp. That happens every time you update. Call it, I guess. So too many tabs. Why do I have so many tabs up in here? Should really clean them out a bit. So what is elite? So when we search, we don't want to get any hits that's related to this box, so I don't dare to click anything. So this part number means elite in hacker cracker spelling, meaning just the numbers and letters. ELEET. Well, not very pretty spelled, but special meaning of these for interesting stuff. Many backdoors Trojans runs on this port, most notable being back orifice. Some others that run on the same port. So I'm like I know this is space, right? But what is 2C? Let's just we will of course send this and see what happens, you know. I'm just curious about the characters. So I just did URL decode. Nice ports, comma, Trinity text back. Why? Well, we have it copied. Oh, yeah. Look, now we got it. It was just slow there. So first of all, we want to put everything in our notes. So before we continue and lose some of it, I want to make sure we have all the things in the notes. So now we can hop to this. This is not possible. So to web port 31337. So let's see if this is what actual yeah, let's just copy it. So this is not really let it continue. We could just look at burp. That's why we have it up. So it's 3 exclamation marks between all the lines. Yes, I'm doing SH here just to get some colors because it's, I don't know, easier to read maybe. Hello get. Hello host. Hello user. Now I'm even more curious to look at the let's get the end map into the notes too. When you're looking burp now. So this was the most interesting end map ever, right? Very odd things for me. So let's pick out the most interesting things here, right? Message signing disable. Counties. Yeah, so we'll have to look at SMB too. So let's go from the top. So of course, well, not of course, because last one didn't have this one open. Used for everything, right? Right. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm thinking I'm thinking that we'll probably not have any. But we should try RDP anyway, just to try stuff. So we have SMB. Let's try RDP, and we have this fun one. This. And all of the high ones. Let's see what does this say. Ah, yeah, this is this one, the unrecognized. And we also have this. This kind of interesting, right? I think this is funny too. Let's just did I miss anything? Yeah, let's just copy the time there too. That's so odd. Ah, whatever. Whatever, I'm not putting it in the info. So we'll get a header. I'm usually not doing that here. Let's start doing it. So from Nmap we got this. Very odd port. Now we know why it says elite question mark here. The port for interesting fling apparently. And this 404 was kind of funny. I guess this is what. I need to know more about this in Nmap really. How does it get its data here? So it would be kind of fun to run Nmap and check all the traffic it does, what it actually is doing when you do this normal scan. That would be interesting to do. So I didn't really read all of it before. Kerberos. Yeah. So we'll see how complicated this one is. I'm really thinking I shouldn't have started this one this morning, and that maybe I should do something else now, because I'm very tired. So we might hop and do this in the afternoon instead, and do something else now. It is a bit. Yeah, so let's look a bit more to at least. I'm curious. I'm just feeling that it's you know, a bit much for morning me and anime. So I'm not awake. I'm not awake yet. So it's kind of obvious, right, that this is not just anything that it's getting. And I've never seen anything like this, that it's just doing this. So let's see what verb history says. So just getting this, we just got this reply. What's the difference between these? D and T, 1. Oh, that's just Firefox. Yeah. I guess we should like this to scope. Yeah, but I think it'll be here anyway if we don't. Yeah. So logging out of scope proxy traffic is disabled. We'll see if it works. There's the delete. So let's delete all of those. I couldn't shift select. So we just have one that's longer. So we haven't done much yet. So let's actually I'm going to copy from nmap the first line. Let's just get this this line here. Yeah, maybe it's easier just to do it in burp. Oh, I still think I'm just tired for this. Oh boy. It's not extremely early, it's just, you know. Yeah. I should be really awake for this kind of thing. So let's just copy the whole get one here. Because it has all of the things. So let's send this and see what happens. Why did it say this in nmap? That it'll give us a 404? Is that why? It's a test for something that will never be there. Is this just nmap's tests? But we did get this message back from it too, right? So we don't have a reply yet. It seems to be extremely slow. So I don't have infinite time either now in the morning. I'm driving my kid to school. So I want to do something where I actually get some progress in this. And we're still just waiting for this. Generic request. Then we have this. So is it trying to send all these things? And these are what it will give us. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this, so yeah, I know. Let's do ChatGPT. If I had ever seen anything like it, I would have thought it was cheating. But as it's new, I received a Nmap result that's not like anything I've seen. Please explain. And then we're going to, I think I have it in my copy already, but let's copy it again. No, I've copied other stuff since. Parts of it. So there. The Nmap scan you share reveals a few standard Windows service and a curious and unusual service on port 31337 TCP with a strange hello response across multiple protocols. Here's a breakdown. Yeah, so it's trying multiple protocols. That's what I'm thinking, that we see the result from them here. But I want more information on it. So, well, let's read all of it, right? Here's a breakdown. Standard Windows service. Ports 135, 139, and 445 are related to Microsoft RPC, NetBus, and SMB. Indicating the target is a Windows machine. Port 3389 is RDP with SSL encryption. Certificates signed for Gatekeeper. MS RPC service on several high parts, typical for Windows. Yeah, so these we'll check it RDP and SMB as I noted down. But this is the interesting one, the elite question. Yeah, so we already saw this here. It's like elite in a bad spelling. The hello for multiple request types is unusual. It seems like a custom or misconfigured service designed to send hello regardless of the request type. So it's just sending hello, whatever you kind of do, and then it could be some kind of custom script, honeypot, or a service designed to confuse attackers. The reference to strings get an Easter egg-like message imply that the service might be for fun or a challenge, especially in CTF environments like TryHackMe. But is this from Nmap, or is it from the response? That's what I wasn't sure about here. But we finally got the reply here, which is nothing. So if we send this, we get this back. So what we sent with hello before it, and a last hello on even on the empty line. Testing some stuff. Let's not leave it an empty line. So that's very odd request now, right? And let's change this also to whatever we want and send this, and it'll probably just do the same, right? So I don't think I don't think this is from there. We'll see if there's a different response now. Overall, looks like, yeah, so I don't know if I hopped to this, but what? Yeah, so I just added some stuff there. Did I hop back and forth? I don't remember. I don't think about switching screens now, it's automatic. It could be some kind of script, honey, but yeah, so this is definitely an interesting thing. The thing is that the last one, we could access the odd service. But let's do netcat on it and send some stuff and see what happens. I'm just curious how nmap works now. This is what I'm I thought nmap was the one sending let's say that and see if it says yes, and if I say I don't think that's it, it will say the other one. Then we can't trust anything it says. It's actually sent by nmap as part of the fingerprinting process, specially to help identify. So it's just confirming what it just said. I can't trust that. It sends various requests. In this case, send a request by just service, just responding with hello. Yeah, so we got the same thing here. So it just says hello before all the lines. So it doesn't matter what we send. So just, I'm actually closing burp because I don't think this is worth taking the memory. But before that, let's just do a few screenshots for the notes. Burp confirms it just adds hello to the start of all the lines we send, and that's why we got this very odd response there. So I'm going to start ShareX, and apparently I'm supposed to switch to something better because this is so buggy, but we'll use it for today too. So let's, no, it's not started. I clicked F4 and it didn't. So let's screenshot this. So the only thing it didn't respond to the same was the last line. So it's really kind of obvious, right? That it just sent the same back. So we're going to do more. Let's well, definitely just port 1 31 37. I might just be too tired for this. We'll see. Maybe I'll wake up. Finish my breakfast. So I have some tabs up that I don't want to show, that's why. I'm not cleaning that up now. So, let's open a new tab, and let's just this is when we did it for the other one. I don't remember the IP. Yeah, so the first thing I usually do here is just to put the IP, so I didn't do that. So there, and then I'll add if we need to, like I need to run in a few hours or in a bit. Yeah, so if we're lucky we have 2 more hours. So I'm just putting it there because why not? Managed to delete the first characters already. 31337. I still think it's a bad spelling of elite. So yeah, so it's just saying hello whatever we type. So my name is Sophia. Hello, Sophia. So we're obviously going to do buffer overflow on this, but the question is, yeah, so what will happen? And we don't have any way to look at this executable that's in the background there, right? What will happen if we just send it a few more characters? So, hello. Yeah, let's make it script and just send it stuff and see what happens. We'll make it show all the things that we send and that it sends. So let's do a Python test script. And I managed to delete that. So we can actually delete this now. So yeah, I'm thinking I won't do any more. So can it do quit? And we'll say hello quit, right? So all of this is interesting. So let's just do NC here, and showing that we needed to Control C, and then we'll do like Python script. Well, it's we're going to test for buffer overflow, right? So buff test script Python is better. So I'm just thinking, how will we see anything? How will we get anything back? We haven't tried SMB. I'm kinda expecting there to be a file there now that we can get, that we can test this locally. That would be too similar to the last one though. if this is exactly the same, it's a bit sad, really. So let's put this on, like, I'm assuming it will become 6 because we're going to test what I wrote there, SMB RDP, right? Before we do this, because we will probably get a file from this on SMB. So just it was FTP last time, but I guess that's like we have to test SMB before we do more. Is it just me, like, well, so we really don't need to have this up anymore, or this really. So let's actually, I'm getting a new one. A ruler in the way where I'm putting my glass. Let's move it. There. So I also need to prepare, because when I drive my kids to school, I will have 1 hour 45 minutes, and I have too much training to be running, so I'm going to be testing the climbing gear, and it's supposed to be like 13 degrees outside. So I'm thinking it's possible. Yeah, so I just did weather yesterday. Weather tomorrow, now I want to just weather. So 3 degrees. Yeah, so yesterday was 3. I don't want it to be 3. So it says 11 here. Oh, it doesn't look fun. I want sun. It says sunny. So what if I click this? This is all we can get. Yeah. I was just thinking I wanted something more detailed. So it'll be 11, hopefully. This is kind of the time when I'll be there. So 11 in clouds. That's too cold for me. I'll have to put on a lot of clothes to be outside in that. Oof. And it's apparently 6 now, but it's sunny outside. So I couldn't pull all of my curtain up. Oh, let's just delete all of these because we don't need them and they're taking memory. So let's go to notes, and I feel my SMB is like a bit rusty, so do I have it like on web? Why would I have it on web? More like on Linux, maybe. Or do I? Yeah, I thought so, because SMB is not really Linux or Windows, it's both. So I have a special one for SMB only. And that reminds me, I forgot to actually upload the notes yesterday. When I think of it, I better do it at once, and it takes very little time. So we're just doing it now. So is it obsidian? public, and let's do a get status, and git add, get status, and these directories are excluded since they're other repos, so that's why. So let's just do get commit, and today it's already this over like half of October is already been. That's crazy. So it updates 2024 10 11 no 16. My god, I'm like it's too much. Let's decrease the number a bit, as if that would work. So there. So your branch is up to date with origin. There. So now my notes are updated to GitHub, so everybody can see them if they want to. So we have SMB2. So we're not going to do advanced stuff. We just want to check the files. But I think we can see the shares if we just do. We can do this. So I just have a hard time remembering the NXC still. I haven't been using it that much. So, but the notes are updated. So what's our IP again? Now it's there in the notes where it's supposed to be. So I think that's enough to get something. But this is these machines are very slow. So we know how long yesterday when we did the buffer overflow, the actual thing, it was so slow that I thought it didn't work. So it's just slow. Let's do you. Cast. So it's kind of boring to do these. Yeah, so all of my notes are not updated. It says CME here. So we really just want to do SMB. Right, so there's the Nmap SMB one. What is it called? Nmap. So history. Yeah, grep SMB. So that's what I wanted. The script, but this is not a command. This is just when it's been doing all of it. So yeah, so of course I had it in my notes, the Nmap one too. Oh, it is this. It is this. So but with our IP. Oh my goodness. I was like, oh well, I copied that, right? Yeah, a long time ago you did copy that thing. So let's see if we get the shares this way easier. And what I should do is to open this. If I want to open stuff here, I should open it in a new tab so I can just hop back instead. So, S-type is tree hidden. So let's just shares. Current user access read. So we have this users one that we have access with. Yeah, so I'm just checking my notes, reminding myself about how these work. So SMB get recursive whatever we have. So let's do that, but let's make a directory for this. So let's make their thm I'm looking in the notes for the name. Gatekeeper. Should I have the actual name in the notes too? So there. So there, and now let's actually put this in the note. So this is the best command to just easily get the shares. So right there we have the shares easily enumerated. Then we're just going to get the stuff of the users one, and I'm assuming we'll get the vulnerable for buffer overflow executable that we can test locally to find, and it will of course have no security stuff in it. Oh, sorry about me being tired. I thought I'd switch up my breakfast from oatmeal and yogurt with mostly, and take sandwiches and nipponsoppa. So with good bacteria in it. So let's see, but that's very tasty. Good. I'm like, what was I doing? It's a bit early. Yeah, so I also have this one here. So we can just we have users and IP is, well, so how about copying what you have on your screen instead of looking somewhere else for the IP? Yeah, I'm probably a bit tired. Yeah, so we need let's see, we need to say, it says current user access read, anonymous access known. So we'll have to do guest for it to work. So let's look at SMB. SMB gets help, and A. Is A for guest? Or just dash dash guest? So let's do the same, but let's add guest first. So, look. It's the wrong slash. I'm going to remove guest because I think it will work this way. Server connected, okay. Yeah, thought so. Oh gosh. Gatekeeper.exe. Yeah, there it is. So instead of going through all of the directory, so I should have actually written it. I shouldn't have copied because I got a backslash instead of a slash. So let's put this in the notes, and we can take the opportunity to not read here, but to read on the other screen where they're not mangled the names. Because this is more, there's something on the side taking space. So we got desktop ini, show desktops, Windows link, folder, okay. Zipped folder, send to target. Are these shortcuts? Yeah, it's the send tos. And then we have the start menu. A few links. System tool links. And then we have end user log. And then we have the interesting file. So there doesn't seem to be anything else in this one that's interesting. So if we look here now, we can see the share there. Oh, so I'm not on Windows. It just looks like I'm on Windows. So let's actually copy. Let's do Gatekeeper to wrong key. Desktop. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is the easiest way, laziest way to move it to the Windows machine.
VR Mechatronics says.
What is it? Hello.
This is a box, a Windows Windows box. Let's see here. So it's this TryHackMe box called Gatekeeper, and we don't get to know anything really here, so it's not that interesting. But when we did a nmap on this, so let's go up there. We saw we got a lot of odd messages saying hello here. So we explored this with the web. We got just the same as we sent, but with hellos first. Kind of funny. And when we connected to Netcat, we sent test, it says hello test. We send 123, it says hello 123, and so on. So this is probably what will be a buffer overflow vulnerability. And then we thought, well, we have SMB, there's probably where the file is. And we found this share here where we have read with the guest. And then we got all the files, and that's when, this is where we are. We found this Gatekeeper exe file. So I'm thinking that we will copy this file to our Windows machine. We will run it there, and we will explore this file locally and see what we can find. We will not actually do this in this way. We will instead do 5 explore gatekeeper.exe in win VM. That's what we will do. So we will check this out. We don't need to do it on the server, so we'll do the same thing, but we will do it in the Windows VM. So I'm going to take this file here now, and I'm going to drag it to my desktop on my other machine, and then we're going to start the Windows machine. And before I do this, I'm going to make sure that I have everything I can closed down. And the only thing we have running really on this, except for the streaming stuff, is this, and we need this to extend the time here a bit. So we've been going for 1 hour. So yeah, we need all of this running. We don't have anything running we don't need. So let's hope that stream doesn't crash. It did yesterday when I did this. But then we had more stuff running. Yeah, so how are you, VR? And I'm sorry I didn't hear you yesterday. The power had run out in the one I had in my ear, so I didn't hear anything. So I noticed your messages later. So sorry for not replying. So when I think the TTS is working, you know, I don't really check chat. So if I don't see it hopping in the corner of my eye, then I might check it anyway. Yeah, so this is why I brought this one up, because it was almost out. This is good. Do you have this over there in Denmark? That's actually one of the things. When I was pregnant with my oldest, that's 17 years ago now, because he's 16. Oh my, 16 and a half. He'll be 17 in January. So anyway, then that was one of the things at the end that I could actually eat. And grapefruit. Your like taste gets very funny when you're pregnant. It's odd. So you really just want some food. It's very odd. I usually eat like almost anything. So I just have a few strings here that was a mess. There. I have a use for those. So, come on. Do we want to type the very secret password of password here? So, now we're going to drag the executable over here. No, it should work. Let's make... So I don't think it's fully started, that's why it's not working. There, that's low. So thm Gatekeeper. And I installed Metasploit too. So we're going to use these files. Or we could start from what we have on the Windows machine here, on mine, the main PC.
I was in the gym, 5 kg more on the barrel in 3 weeks, and 5 kg less on the scales also in 2 weeks.
Good job! I don't know exactly what barrel or scales is, but good job on getting it better. I might know other words, but I don't know those. So. That's great job. So it's 3 weeks already, or 2 weeks. 3 weeks since you started with the gym. So how do you feel about it? Is it good? Is it
Supplements and beer works good.
fun? Yeah. But did you meet any fun people there now? I know that you were like everybody's old if you go early and stuff, right? So I'm still just trying to get this folder open. Yeah, we have it open. Now let's see if we can drag the file in here. Whoa, it worked. So I'm just deleting it off my desktop. So that's the easiest way to move files between the VMs, just dragging them to my desktop. So we have the
When
file.
I eat carbohydrates, I drink a little beer, then it doesn't have time to turn into fat XD.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's one technique. Yeah, so we're going to copy the exploit and phosphor Python files. We don't have to redo all the work. This one had a DLL file too. So that's the reason for those. And I also made a shortcut here to idle. You don't have your firewall. I had to turn off like everything to be able to install Metasploit. It was a real thing to have to manage to install it, but it's in there now. So yeah. So we have all the cool Metasploit things.
I exercise my muscles while my liver is busy drinking beer XD.
Oh yeah, you're exercising your liver too. So I don't drink alcohol at all. So I don't really understand all that. Because I don't like it, you know. Yeah, so I didn't mean to start it. It wouldn't do a thing. We're not listening on port 999. Yeah, so we're going to run. I'm assuming this is 32-bit, so we'll open x32dbg, but let's just edit this with idle first, and let's do x32dbg. And let's open. Yeah, so we did chat server. We're going to open the other one. Gatekeeper. There. So it is already running because I have stopped all those pausing. So it runs automatically. So it will automatically have it running. So we're going to do netstat here. Lush. Nah, I need help. Is it? So I want the one which tells what program is running it. So I'm blind. I've missed it. This is when I want to grab stuff. The owning process ID, no. Protocol, let's actually read it from start. Display all connection. And listening ports, display the A will probably do, but I want the other one. I need to remember it for next time. It's good. Executable involved in creating the connection. Yeah, so AB. We want AB. So AB. Yeah, and we need to run it as admin. to be able to do that. So let stat-ab, and then we can see here we have Gatekeeper exe running this part. So it's very explicit. If it wasn't the same port, we would have still found it. I think this is nice. It will take some time and it will pop out the UDP port too. So that's why it's not finished. So let's just put this in the notes. So I will actually copy it already. So we started x32 bbg and opened gatekeeper.exe. Confirming the port it's running on, and let's here we have so this is a bit interesting. I just realized that where is it? So it doesn't say an executable for every line, does it? Alright, because these you can't obtain. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't reading it properly here. I was like, does it have several? No, it lines everything up. So I'm going to just ... here, showing that I've cut stuff away. So there. So we can see that it is running on this port. Gatekeeper is running on port 31337 as expected. We're going to put the scripts in here, so we're just going to say that we're making a script. Let's make a fuzzer script to explore buffer overflow. So we're going to do that quickly. And the last one had 2. We can close this. We can also see it's running. It says listening for connections. So it's always nice to be able to see this. Let's actually edit rather properties, and let's set the screen background to something more fun. So I did purple last time. So we'll actually need to restart it to get the full purple window. So it's totally worth it to clicking the button for that, right? It's now purple. So yeah, so let's this is a fuzzer, and we still have localhost. We just have 31337 instead. We do want to set the timeout because it takes a lot of time otherwise. We have a pattern where we want to start with 0 now. We can step 100. We want to make sure, see if we can make a buffer overflow here. And if it would stop at 100, we would just go. I don't think it would, but we would make the steps tinier. So This grabs a bit of this pattern that's non-repeating. It's 5,000 characters here, so if we go with that, we have to get a new one. Then it connects using this timeout, so we don't have to wait a million years if it's not the correct one. This one we can delete, because the last one required a login name first. So we'll just get yeah, so for this one we don't want to print out the data, though it's fun to see it saying hello to all the numbers, right? It doesn't have to. So then we print first and crashed when it's finished. And I want to just check what I did with my like final version, that it's updated. So we have it also here in the buffer overflow in the notes, the fuzzer here, and yeah, fuzzing crashed, can't connect to server is what I did here. So it doesn't matter if we use this or that. So that's how we know. It can be nice to have the specifics of why we think it crashed, right? Because it might actually crash and not have that error. So let's update this one. Yeah. I'm like, I want to put the file here. I think I will open code. Will that crash my computer? Might. So let's just actually copy these two. And paste them here. Can I do that? No. So fuss. Yeah, it's sorting on types, which is kind of good right now. So these are not maybe what we'll use, but now we have files to modify when we've edited them in on this side. So I think this one was finished. So let's just copy this text and replace this one. And I'm going to change this to be generating this itself instead, I think. Because having 5,000 characters here is, yeah. We might have a function that generates the right length instead of picking a size. Then we'll just start generating 100 characters. So it depends on how quick it is, which way we will do it. It doesn't matter if there's a bit of a delay here. And the original Ruby script from Metasploit, it's very quick, so I don't think it will have to take a lot of time. So that's, I'm sorry if I'm babbling a lot. It's because I did the same thing yesterday, and it's like getting, I wouldn't say boring, but repetitive. So I don't see any other way that this would work, you know, so it feels like I'm just doing the same thing. And the day before that we did 10 of the same in a TryHackMe room called the buffer overflow prep. That's like doing the same thing 10 times. So, but this is different at least, right? So, but I want more challenges, so I hope there will be some new things in there. But also I want to repeat and you know, just make it stick in my brain. So hopefully the net.ab sticks in my brain now. So let's actually hop to, is it desktop here? And then we have Gatekeeper. So, and then we have there because we're in Windows, and here we have them. So let's do Python, and we installed Python 2 on this yesterday, and we started installing this VM Friday, so it's growing. Fuzzer.py. Yeah, let's just go. Connection, client disconnected, can't connect to server. So we had a problem. Is this saved? We have a connect. It connects. It doesn't have to receive anything. But I don't think that matters. Where's our first print? Yeah. First of all, let's see, did it crash? No, it's still running. There. Yeah, so we couldn't have the first read. But then it crashes still. So let's not receive anything. Let's just send stuff. It might also be something else. So since we know that it could work with 100, right? Or we don't know, well. Yeah, so we have something new. There, it is not exactly the same. That makes me happy. I wonder if there's a way to get the messages. We can see how it received 100 there bytes, and then it disconnected. So it didn't connect. The reason was not that it was too much with 200, it just never got there. Yeah, so let's actually, this will be slow. So we're going to add back the step size of 100 and just run it again. So I don't know why we can't receive, because we know it sends a hello message. I don't know why. I want to know that. So of course we want to see the reply, right? Why couldn't we? I also have a kind of long delay between, because the last one was kind of like crashing. We're getting bad messages that it was disconnecting in odd ways when we didn't have a sleep of 5. So that's why it's slow. This one seems quicker. So this will actually speed it up, right? We're past where we were. But I want to get the data out too. I want it to be complete. So, let's do another ChatGPT. Let's see if it has any suggestions on why it doesn't work with. So I'm just, while this is going, yeah. So it reached 5,000 characters and it works. So we don't have any. Oh, wrong program. Sorry there. So it just goes on with 5,000. This is why we need generate this, not just have 5,000 characters, because it can't take more than 5,000 characters from a string that's 5,000 characters, right? Yeah, let's just add an if. If steps times step size. Yeah, I'm putting this in here. Is more or equal to 5,000. Is less. Let's do less. Is less than 5,000. Colon. String equals prefix plus pattern. Then the current one works. Else, is it colon here too? We'll notice it'll complain. It's probably colon. It's very Python-y to use a colon, is it not? I'm doing without, and we'll see. So instead we're going to do string equals prefix. Yeah, so maybe let's. So the pattern won't work. Oh, I have an idea. 5,000 times. Let's do 8 times 5,000, right? A plus. So we just add. So if this goes beyond 10,000, we still have a problem. Oh, right. So we'll fix it for all opportunities. So print. No, we don't. This is a normal case. We don't want anything special there. Print using more than 5,000 chars buffer. And then we're going to say what it is. And of course this is a string. And we're going to add so is it just string is a function, right? And we want the I'm going to put this in a variable here. let's do size equals, and the size, because we're using this number several times and we don't want to calculate it more than we need to. And I want to do a modulus here, but I don't know how it is in Python. This is just percent. So let's just check. Python mod. So yeah, it's a percent. Come on, give me an example. Yeah, I thought it wasn't a percent, it's mod. So it's mod, we type mod. Yeah. So, good, you know. So, instead here, we're going to do... this is so funny, but I think it's logical still, right? But we also have integer division. Do you know maybe 0 to 657 on YouTube? If I want just the rest of it, I could of course minus it with this, but there should be the equivalent integer division operation too. And I know that conversion in Python can be a bit tricky, and division too. So we'll see. Let's just mod. So size. If we do size mod, say it's 5100. Bits. What should I call it? Like chunks. Let's use this one here instead. We want to split it up so it's very easy to read. Chunks, I don't know if that's very logical. Let's call size total size. And this is total size. We can't mistake that for anything else. Let's call this chunks of 5000, right? We can't mistake that for anything else, right? Times chunks of 5000 times 5000, right? And then we have we want to add the normal one afterwards, this, but we can't use this length because we just want to add actually we're doing it very in steps here, right? So number of let's call it padding. So this will be now. I really usually just make long formulas that's I prefer to have on one line, but I think that in this case, part I'm streaming, and part I want it to be readable for next time I use this, right? So I want this to be usable. So, so what we really want to know here is also the number of the really chunks of 5000, the padding we're adding. So that's why I'm taking time to do this, because I think it's useful. we could use 1,000 too, and just change all the 5,000s to 1,000 and use 1,000 here, and just pad it with ace and reuse it. And then when we get the number of the position, we just add the total size minus. So more than let's say just more. Just let's do padding and, with and then we do padding here. Padding plus characters. Maybe there's nice to have a space here too. So that later when we check this number we have saved in our, hopefully in our EIP, we will get this part of the string, and we will compare this and see what position it has. Then we need to know how many characters we padded with. That's why we need this. So well true, yeah, so this is in the loop. I just wanted to confirm that this is in the right place as a try starts here, but this because of the connection. This will always work in math. So let's just finish it. So we're padding with these number of characters. I'm just thinking, do I want this after the fuzzing line? Probably, right? Meaning this calculation then yeah, let's just do it like this. This will only be at the very end, you know. But the fuzzing is under here. That's good to know. We could also not make a new line here. That would solve the problem of this being on the line below. And you think this is the header? If we remove the new line from this, I had that just a bit ago in my buffer overflow notes, because we made strings using it, and I don't remember exactly, so let's check the notes. That's why we have them. Buffer overflow. Okay. Okay, thank you. So you got recommended the stream. I don't know if you're still here, 02657, but thank you very much for joining in. And that's nice to hear that it was recommended. So I'm just looking for a tiny bit of Python code here. So here, so we want to set this, but we need probably the formatted string. So let's actually ask ChatGPT. It's still here, right? So it annoys me that I can't see a marker before it, like a cursor before I start typing. But Python print with no new line. Yeah, so we can do it without the formatting. It's okay just to do comma end equals. We're setting the end character. Good. So I could have tested, but since we're typing kind of a long thing, I wanted to confirm. So total size steps times step size, number of chunk of 5 chunks of 5,000. Size mod 5,000, padding equals chunks of 5,000 times 5,000. Yeah, so this will cut off, if it's 5,100, this will cut off the 100, okay? Padding with padding characters. Then we will also do let's do that. Non-repeating string, and let's do equals here. We can still use spaces, I just don't want long text if we don't need it. Now this will become a long line. Let's do chars, or just skip it. We don't need that. So padding and non-repeating string equals plus str, and this will be total size. I'm not making a variable of this too, am I? I am. Non-repeating equals. This is very too much logical for me. I just usually squish it together to be efficient. Using a lot of variable names to make it readable. Well, it's good for this, right? So it's not like we're not using it in two places. That's why I'm thinking, well, we will use a variable, right? Since we use it in two places, it's worth it. Let's just pull this down so we can even see the bottom there. Though maybe I don't wanna, because we'll have to have the bright light extra. So non-repeating is simply total size, and total size minus, let's actually do spaces around these. Even prettier, or is it? We'll need new lines here to make it even more readable. Minus padding. So total size is steps times step size. Chunks of 5,000 is is total size. And division. No, here is where I want the this is the rest. This is this. Okay, so I did it backwards. I was thinking backwards. Yeah, so this is this. So if we hop it around, that's fixed. I don't have to do integer division, which I was like not sure it would work properly in Python. And that's why I wanted to use mod 2. And we can avoid it by just switching these around, but I'm not deleting anything because I might make a bug. So instead I'm going to do that, and let's split these all up so I can think easier. So we have the total size, and the non-repeating is actually this. So non-repeating is the total size. It is the rest of the division, the total size of 5,000. So we're removing all of the bits of 5,000 we can do. That's what we want to do first. And then after this, the next step is to see the rest. I guess we will do a division here, and that's making it safe, right? Because it will be whole. A whole division. Yeah, so the padding then. Or do we use the chunks of size? We'll see. Do we need that? No, we're not using it. So actually, I'm going to delete this one. And this one. Let's just do from scratch, not using the old stuff. So let's just do it from scratch instead, with the right actual thing. So the total size is steps times the size of the steps. The non-repeating string at the end should be the total size modulus 5000, meaning we remove all of the whole part of 5000 in there. And then the padding should be the total size minus, it is that simple. We don't know how many times of 5000 is needed, though we need that. So this is not, yeah, it is. We don't need that at all. So it is simpler than you think. So the total, I'm like, why am I typing this? It does not automatically pop up anything, so I can tab it. So I'll have to use total size minus non-repeating. It's this simple. We don't need any more complicated things. So let's remove the extra space. And this is what we're using. We're using padding and non-repeating. We're removing the end character, or rather making it nothing, so that this will be added, meaning we will have also a space here before the fuzzing, otherwise it will look kind of funny, right? Let's do a dot there too, so we have 3 sentences in a row there. So where did this come from? Does it actually have something there? Idle is not my favorite editor, but it's not horrible. I mean, Streamer Boss is worse, so much worse. Horribly much worse. This is not bad. It's totally acceptable. Yeah, so we're using the string to make it infinite by using this method here. So if it is less than 5000, no problem, we can just use what we used. But as we're going past 5000 here, and we get 5000, 5000, 5000, because it can't increase. Can't take a bigger bit of 5000 characters than 5000, it's not possible. So this stops working. So when we go over 5000 characters, actually on, this is also equals. It's okay with 5000. So if it is less than or equal to 5000, it can do this way. But else we need to check what is the actual total size. Also meaning total size should really not be here, to just decrease the number of times we need to calculate it. It should be up here. And I'm copying, not cutting. And then we're checking total size. Much more readable, right? So steps and total size. We have steps and step size here. I think the names are okay. So if total size is less than or equals to 5000, do the normal thing. And this one now is currently total size. So we could also use buffer size. total buffer size. Well, we don't say buffer steps in buffer total buffer size. It's okay. I don't want to have infinite length of my variable names. So string equals prefix plus pattern. It's taking the size of the pattern. So done. Non-repeating is the total size. Taking away all the whole bits of 5,000 we can put in there. Because we've already tested those before with this pattern. Because when it's one time, it will go through these. With 5,100, the 100 will be. With 9,900, it will also still be one time, and it will be 4,900 that will be the non-repeating. So the rest, whatever it is, 4,900. This is 9,000. 9,900 minus 4,900 will be 5,000, right? So the padding is set here, so we know, because we need to know this later. So we have it printed out, and then we have the non-repeating part. So it should be finished, just making sure that the actual, these 8 times padding, and then we have the pattern that is non-repeating part here. Yeah, so it's a long way for a very simple thing. Let's keep those space in there. We can even make a new line here too. So if else, and then the try with the IP connection. Yeah, this is the second thing. Why couldn't we have the receives in here? It broke it. This is why I opened up ChatGPT. So let's see. Let's give it only this code, because otherwise it will be confused. Oh, why did my phone reconnect to Sammy? I don't know. But we'll see if I can switch screens now. There, it worked. So, if I don't comment out the resv, the script doesn't work, but the output when connecting with NC looks like. Actually, let's put this after the code, so it is not too with nothing around it. So let's put the netcat output there. So we're getting too much, so let's keep that one R2. Is this the same? Okay. Oh, it hops back. I was like, do I have two? So we don't need fuzzer open twice. Yeah, and this is what I got because, yeah. So, and then we have that's where I was checking out SMB, but nothing of this. Well. There. Let's do this for it. Also forgot SH here. We can give it this. It seems like the service is signed to send a response after receiving the input. Your script needs to read using receive. The issue might arise from your handling or expecting the receive call. There are a few things to stats. Blocking behavior. Blocks the script and receive the data. Alright. Doesn't respond or the response is delayed. So it might be the other way, that it responds too quickly then. Will read up to. If the server sends less or more data, it might behave unexpectedly. Read the response after sending. Make sure that you're calling receive after sending data to server. If you call before you send data, might not have time to respond. I don't want it to send me code. What did it do? Yeah, it just changed where it is. No. The script works like this. But I know there's text to get. Okay, that was the worst spelling of text I've ever seen. Text. It doesn't really matter in a sense. It's just an echo of what I sent with hello and attached. But I'm curious to know why. Socket community for a specific case. There's some potential reason why a receiver might cause the script to hang or fail, even though the server sends back data. Data not immediately available. Buffering, server's echo behavior. I think it's too quick. But it's not really possible, right? Python is quick. Server might not send any data. Call logs until data is available. Since you're not seeing any data being returned. Yes, I'm going to continue working on it. I don't want it to send me code. I'll have to tell it. So remember, never send me code if I don't explicitly asks for it. It annoys me very much to get code back when I'm asking a theoretical question. So we're going to set this to read this while I'm continuing, because it annoys me. You could do a short example. So short examples of up to, we'll say 5 lines are okay, but not full code examples. Examples of syntax up to 5 lines. Is that its good number? So let's see if it does memory update it first, because it's supposed to here. Yeah. So I don't want this. It's okay if it had said like just 1 line, you could put asleep or something. But I don't think that's the problem. It's quick. But I didn't know you could do 0.5s. But that's, of course you can, because it's seconds and not milliseconds. I was like, what? It's full seconds? That's crazy. Right. So time flies. Yeah, it's time to start thinking about food for my kid, and then we're leaving in an hour. So, yeah, I should get actually not focus on the developing of the script, but on actually running it. So since we know that this commenting out the receive works, it doesn't like not work just because of that. It doesn't. It just works, you know. So let's as I was planning to TTS that.
One data not immediately available.
We'll run this.
When you call req, the server might not have sent the data yet, so the call blocks until data is available. Since you are not seeing the data being returned, the server could be taking more time to respond than expected, or the data might be sent in smaller chunks. A possible solution is to use non-blocking sockets or a smaller timeout value. 2. Buffering. The server could be buffering data before sending it. This means the req call might return nothing or incomplete data if the server hasn't finished processing and sending everything. You could experiment with a loop that continues calling req until you get the full message. 3. Server's echo behavior.
Yeah,
since
the
server is echoing back what you send, plus hello and, the issue could be
but
related to how it manages output after each received message. If the response is delayed for some reason, example a delay in the echo logic, req could block. Try adding a sleep between sending and receiving to give the server time to process the request. 4. Socket closure. If the server closes the socket immediately after sending the response, it could prevent your script from successfully receiving data. If this happens, req might block or fail. You could check if the server is closing the connection early by checking the socket status on the server side or by debugging with tools like Wireshark.
So we had mod examples here, that's why we did this. But yeah, this is not correct syntax. I shouldn't have looked at that. Yeah, it is %. It is %, it is not mod. That annoys me because I was thinking it might not be %, and then I looked at this and then I thought it is. So %, I should have just tried it apparently. Well. It doesn't matter, it's a simple thing to change. But I'm learning, I guess. So it is the normal character for modulus in Python 2. Okay. So let's see what it does at 5000 now. Oh gosh, let's scroll down here. Oh. So I'm going to restart this. And this is still going. Which kind of means, yeah, this is still receiving it. It was quick. 34, 35. So we didn't get the output though, but it seems to be working. If it will ever stop. We don't know yet. We could do thousands increase. So now we're actually increasing it to, it's working. So padding 5000 and non-repeating string. So I guess we should print out one of the strings, but I don't want to have 8,100 characters in the middle of the log, right? But I like that I made one line, so we don't get confused. So I'm kind of starting to think that it won't work. Let's actually board it. So here we can see that it hops to 10,000 characters here, and it's increasing here. Yeah, so right. So exactly at that point when it is, yeah, it's okay. We have a bug there, actually, at the exact point. So this can run on while I fix that. So in the case where this is 0, this is the interesting bit here, because with the 5,000 we do this, but with their special cases as 10, 15,000, 20,000 and so on. So we need an actual special case here. So if none, right, can I tab this? Yeah, I can actually tab, but it's not a good tabbing. Yeah, let's keep copying variable names. If run repeating equals 0, is it double 0 equals? We'll know when it says. So we're just adding a line here. We're not changing this one. Yeah, and it's Python, so I can't make it in one line. But we're just setting this to 5,000. So that's a simple thing, that we don't really want those cases. But I think this is the easiest workaround. So we don't want the non-repeating to be 0. Is there a way to build it into this? I don't think this is extremely pretty. Whatever, it's okay. The prettier way would be to have it check the value of this first and then set it to different things, really. I guess I will do that because it's prettier. But it is really the same, only we do one calculation less. I guess this is better. It's just not as pretty. Oh, that's okay then. So we have the special case fixed, and this will not break this way. But something happened before. So print fuzzing crashed. So do you see what it's actually doing? Yeah, so let's change the steps to thousands, and let's just rerun it quickly, and I'll go check with my kid what he wants to eat meanwhile. So now? Jag kommer Linus. Yes, I'm going downstairs and checking in on my kid. Yeah, I kind of thought so. It didn't crash. So there might be a logic problem in the, though it's not crashing here. We can see that it continues to reply, right? But it said that it was on this line when I stopped it. That's why I was like, what? But it's not crashing, right? So we don't have a so maybe it is something with the receiving line. That's odd. Yeah, we'll have to check more. The question is, should I stop streaming or should I'll go and make food for my kid. This can continue with the crazy numbers. So did it stop now? Oh, look. We have a problem. We have actually a thing here. Receive buff exhausted, giving up. So it's secure. It's checking that it's not receiving too much data. We're actually seeing its limit. I have to go and check with my kid now. We'll get some lunch for him. Ah, there. So I made pizza for. Oh, by the way, I put my my logo test shirt on, or test hoodie, hoodie on the share. Right. All right, we got a nice green there too. A funny thing, at 11 this pops up. So we're not going to have another hour to do this. But I'm happy it wasn't just the repeat of the same. So I'm happy that there's difficulties. I want to learn new stuff, not just repeat the same again, you know? So far, we've had problems, but we've also updated the functionality of the fuzzer script. So let's update this to the new one. Right. So just seeing it in another light might be nice. Yeah, right. So I changed it to 1,000. Let's go back to 100. Well, actually, let's keep that and let's hop back here. When fuzzing, it doesn't work if we receive data. Why? Also, there doesn't seem to be a buffer overflow possibility. As we get this when going hi. So here we're going to paste the message. I'm doing a message for just getting some colors on it. I think it stopped though, but not there. Let's do that. So we could continue, and maybe that's what I should do, but we were on 175,000 here, so it doesn't look like that, right? But if we put back that receiver, that's the initial one, right? We do one. We do connect and disconnect every time. We could try not doing that, just connecting once. But let's just try this and see if it crashes it for us, because if it does, then that helps us to know what to do next. So it says can't connect to server, and I don't really know if this crashed or not. Yeah, it has crashed now. The problem is though that we don't know where it was. When did this happen? So we'll have to look. So the last script actually worked in crashing it. So if we undo the last change here and we save this, and I'm like starting at, I'm thinking 5,000 steps. What are you thinking? Is 1,000 enough? And it doesn't detect when it's crashed. Anyway, we'll need to restart it, since this is not a start from zero buffer. We could just have a 58,000 buffer, but it could handle this lots of times, right? And we can actually count. We can count this. We can count. And the easiest way to count is to copy it. So where does it start? Here. So if I copy this, and we know that it crashed, and we scroll up to something else in 58, and then we can test specifically. So here we have 58. 58. So it is logical. It just didn't crash then. Client disconnected. So we did actually get something more. We got a crash. And come on, click. We can see that this string looks like one of the non-repeating ones. It might not be, but it looks like it. So if we scroll up here, yeah, it might not be, it might just be anything. Yeah. Anyway, we got something, but I need to eat too. And its time is 3, and my time is 12. Meaning I need to leave in 45 minutes, but at first I need to fix other stuff. So, oh, it did crash. So data, server log. Yeah, so I noticed it stopped, but I thought it was just repeating the same. Yes, gubben. Jag kommer om 2 sekunder. Yeah, so my other kid, I tried to wake him up. He's up. So this we need to save. Count the number of results after 58. This was the crash. Point. Data. Let's actually, we did a screenshot before, right? So I can take another one. So this is the screenshot. So if we just look here, we're back here, not on the screenshot. So we're kernel-based DLL, so we're not at where we're supposed to be, you know. So we're somewhere else we have crashed, which is interesting. But we'd have to look more into this, and I don't have that time now. I can just keep this running, and maybe I can continue later. But first, I will have an IRL stream. So I'm going to read someone, and then I'm starting streaming in 2 hours. So eating, driving there, or actually 1.5 hours. 13:30. That's the time now. Did I change my schedule, by the way, on that? So there's like not a lot of people online. There's really no one online. Just checking, it's just me. And I wanted to check actually my right. Yeah, it says 1:30. So I did update the schedule. 1:30. So it's so odd to see yourselves like that. Yeah, so I don't know who to raid really. Who to raid it. No one was online. So that yeah, Adrian, we've raided these before. Let's see what this dude's doing. And I don't want audio on because oh, this is a Swedish dude. Right. Yeah, I don't think he has music on.
So I think we have to use this to get the... so this is real-time railway data.
Cool. Yeah, we're going to raid Adrian.
So to get the specific track IDs, I think we have to
and for YouTube,
use this one, but I'm not 100% sure.
So it's our traffic.
I'm assuming
thingies.
that's
You can
the
probably
case,
get
given
train
that we only have a
stuff.
single station for all of Stockholm, for all of the trains in Stockholm.
So for YouTube, I'm sending a
and
link,
then
and for
every single
Twitch,
one for the buses.
we're going to raid, and I'm going to be lazy and.
So the thing I don't know then is when you do a search for...
So moving that window away. Right, so the raid. So thank you for being here. And YouTube too, of course. Right, I should really move this one instead. This way, right? It will not change the look for you when we actually raid. Yeah, so these are cities in Sweden. I'm in Stockholm, and it's fun to see what he's doing with the API here. We'll see. Anyway, I'll be streaming in 1.5 hours. I need to get some food and drive and get some food for my kid. Yeah. Stockholm Central Station, Stockholm City. It should be the same station. So, very curious to see what this is. So, yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for learning with me. Thanks for having fun. And we'll continue later, but first, IRL stream. So, bye-bye.
One, that's the parent station column. So we know that all of these bus stops are... Oh, another raid.
Fix IT42 stormar in med 4 nya vänner.
Hey Fixit, how's it going? Shoutout Fixit42. How's the hacker mancing? Did my command not work? Is my bot dead today? Oh, right, I crashed the terminals before. Oops. I guess all of the terminals crashed when I... Yeah, welcome raiders, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. I'm guessing you were... you've been following the HackMe course? So you've been hacking away. Buffer overflows. I have to run to make lunch for the kids. Something cool, tell me about it. Hey, thank you. Have a